Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and still your heart. What you're about to hear is not just a message, it's an awakening, a divine calling meant only for you. Can you feel it? That subtle but unmistakable shift in the atmosphere around you. It's not your imagination. Right now, unseen forces are aligning everything in your favor, setting the stage for a journey so extraordinary that it will forever redefine what love means in your life. Before we delve into this life-changing revelation, I want to express my deepest gratitude to those who have shown unwavering support through Super Thanks. Your generosity is a testament to the power of love and faith, and I am profoundly thankful for every blessing you've shared. And to everyone here, let's start this moment with unity and faith. Type 9 and 99 in the comments as a sign that you're ready to receive the abundance of love and transformation waiting for you. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why your relationships, no matter how hopeful they seemed at first, felt like they were destined to crumble? Or why no one seemed capable of truly understanding the depth of your soul, your dreams, your pain? Every heartbreak you endured wasn't a failure. Every tear shed wasn't wasted. Those moments were meticulously designed by the Creator to prepare you for something greater. Picture this. Each painful experience, each unanswered question was a brushstroke on the masterpiece of your life. What if those moments were never about breaking you, but about molding you, about readying your heart for a love so profound, so divine, that it mirrors the Creator's infinite love for you? Chosen one, the fact that you're here right now is no coincidence. You've been led to this message because your heart is ready, your soul is open, and your time has come. The universe has been working tirelessly behind the scenes, whispering that everything is about to change. Can you feel it? The undeniable pull of destiny guiding you toward the greatest chapter of your life. But here's the mystery. This isn't just about love in the way the world defines it. No, this is about stepping into a divine alignment that will touch every part of your existence. Imagine a love that heals your soul, empowers your spirit, and brings clarity to every unanswered prayer. Are you ready to claim it? If you're still here, I know this message is for you. Stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to discover is a sacred key, one that unlocks not just love, but a divine purpose that was written in the stars just for you. Replay this message as often as you need, because every word carries a frequency designed to lift you higher, aligning you with the miraculous love story your soul has always been destined for. Chosen one, everything is about to change. Can you feel it? The shift is here. The love you've been waiting for is closer than you think, and it's about to unfold in ways that will leave you breathless. This is your moment. Are you ready to take the first step into the extraordinary? Let's begin this journey together. God's chosen ones, your greatest love journey is about to begin, and everything will change. Chapter 1. The Awakening of Your Sacred Heart. Imagine yourself standing at a threshold, the kind that separates who you've been from who you're destined to become. Behind you are the fleeting romances, shallow connections, and self-doubt that once held you back. Ahead lies something extraordinary, a love so deep, so transformative, that it feels like a sacred calling. Do you feel it? The pull on your heart, as if the heavens are urging you forward. This awakening isn't just another phase in your life, it's a divine invitation. God is calling you to rise above fear, to leave behind relationships that demanded you to shrink, and to embrace the self-worth He has always seen in you. Like the Israelites crossing the Red Sea, Exodus 14:21-22, you are being led out of a place of limitation and into a promised land of authentic, life-changing love. At this pivotal moment, your inner world begins to shift. You revisit old narratives, clearing out the self-doubt and limiting beliefs that have kept you small. Have you noticed a stirring in your soul, perhaps triggered by déjà vu, fleeting encounters, or even heartbreaks that seemed unbearable at the time? These weren't random. They were moments orchestrated by God to prepare your heart for something greater. Think of Joseph's heartbreak and betrayal by his brothers, Genesis 37:50. What seemed like rejection was God's preparation for his elevation. Now the stars begin to align, and you find yourself feeling both excited and apprehensive. Your heart is awakening, calling you to a new level of vulnerability, one that isn't about sacrifice or martyrdom, but about standing confidently in the love God has placed within you. Even your dreams may carry cryptic messages, guiding you toward healing old wounds and stepping into your divine potential. Can you sense how God is working in the background, preparing you for a love story that mirrors his perfect love for you? In this awakened space, self-love is no longer optional, it's essential. Think of your heart as a broadcasting station sending signals to the world. When your channel is clear, free from guilt, shame, or fear, you attract relationships that align with God's plan for your life. Remember Jesus' teaching, love your neighbor as yourself, Mark 12:31. How can you fully love others without first honoring the love God has poured into your heart? Life begins to sprinkle confirmations along your path. Repeated symbols, words that seem to leap off the page, or a song lyric that feels like it was written for you. Like Gideon, who sought God's confirmation through signs, Judges 6:36-40. These moments are guideposts from heaven, reassuring you that you're on the right path. Not everyone will celebrate this transformation. Some people, preferring the old version of you, may criticize or resist your newfound clarity and light. Like Jesus said, no prophet is accepted in his hometown. Luke 4:24. Their discomfort isn't your burden to carry. Instead, see their reactions as reflections of their own struggles and meet them with compassion. What would it feel like to release the need for their approval and focus solely on nurturing your sacred heart? To fully embrace this awakening, create a daily ritual. Place your hands over your chest, close your eyes, and imagine a warm, golden light illuminating your entire being. As you inhale, invite God's love to fill every corner of your heart. As you exhale, release fear, doubt, and anything that blocks you from giving or receiving love. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Yes, there will be ups and downs, like Peter stepping onto the water, Matthew 14:22-33. Doubt may creep in, but each moment of hesitation is an opportunity to trust God more deeply. Can you see how even the challenges in this season are shaping you for something extraordinary? Chosen one, you're on the brink of a grand adventure. Picture yourself as a radiant comet streaking across the night sky, wholly devoted to discovering the higher form of love God has planned for you. This journey is not about fantasy. It's about anchoring yourself in a love so profound that it transcends all understanding. Let go of the illusions that once made you feel small. Trust in the process, for this awakening is sacred and it is real. Like Esther, who stepped boldly into her calling for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. You were chosen for this moment. The awakening of your sacred heart is only the beginning of a divine journey, one that will lead you to the love your soul has been longing for all along. Chapter 2. The Cosmic Call to Travel Light. Imagine standing on the brink of a life-changing journey. The road ahead is filled with promise, but you're carrying a heavy backpack stuffed with things you don't need. What happens if you refuse to let go of the unnecessary weight? You grow tired, distracted, and miss the beauty of the journey. Now, think about your emotional life. Is it possible that your heart is weighed down by baggage from the past? Baggage that's keeping you from fully embracing the love and freedom God has planned for you. There's a profound wisdom in the saying, "You can't take it with you." While it's often used to describe material possessions, it applies just as much to emotional burdens. The awakening of your heart comes with a divine invitation: travel light. This isn't just a spiritual metaphor, it's a practical reality. Think of Jesus' instruction to his disciples. Take nothing for the journey. No staff, no bag, no bread, no money, no extra shirt. Luke 9:3. He wasn't simply encouraging minimalism, he was teaching them to trust God and leave behind anything that might hinder their mission. What are you carrying in your emotional suitcase? Is it the bitterness of past relationships, unhealed childhood wounds, or self-critical thoughts that echo in your mind? These burdens can become lenses that distort how you see the world. A minor disagreement with a new partner might feel overwhelming because it triggers unresolved pain. Or you might sabotage a blossoming connection because you've internalized the lie that you're unworthy of real love. Do you recognize any of these patterns in your own life? God, in His infinite wisdom, often uses circumstances to encourage us to release what no longer serves us. Perhaps an old friend or ex contacts you out of the blue, giving you an opportunity for closure. Maybe repetitive arguments with loved ones highlight unresolved issues of self-worth. These moments, though uncomfortable, are divine invitations to let go. Releasing emotional baggage begins with identifying it, like Jesus calling Lazarus by name to come out of the tomb, John 11:43. You must name your wounds: abandonment, jealousy, fear of rejection, or resentment. Once named, they lose their power to hide in the shadows. What would happen if you named your deepest hurt today and brought it into God's light? Journaling, prayer, or speaking with a trusted mentor can help you process and release these emotions. As you let go of emotional baggage, you may notice the physical world around you reflecting this change. An old photograph, a gift from a past relationship, or a daily habit might suddenly feel irrelevant or burdensome. Do you think these objects or habits are holding space for outdated energy? Clearing them out can be a symbolic act of making room for the new. Like when the Israelites built altars to commemorate their progress, Joshua 4:1-7. Your decluttering can mark a fresh beginning, a declaration to God and the universe that you're ready for what's next. Let's not forget the mental clutter, those limiting beliefs that whisper, "You're too old, you're too broken," or "Real love isn't for people like you." These are lies, not truths. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Every time you catch yourself in a negative narrative, pause. Ask yourself, is this truly what God wants for me? Replace it with a truth rooted in His Word. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139:14. Traveling light also means releasing control. Have you been trying to orchestrate every detail of your love life? Where you'll meet someone, how the relationship will unfold, or when it will happen? Control can choke the organic growth of connection. Instead, lean into trust. Trust that God's timing is perfect and that His plans are far greater than your own. Remember, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. How can you cultivate trust? One simple practice is gratitude. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what you already have, creating a heart posture that's open to receive new blessings. What small joys or victories can you celebrate today? Finally, understand that traveling light is a continuous process, not a one-time event. Just as you periodically clean out your home, you'll need to reassess what you're carrying in your emotional, physical, and mental spaces. As you grow, certain relationships, beliefs, or activities may no longer align with who you're becoming. Have the courage to let them go. Think of Abraham, who obeyed God's call to leave everything familiar and step into the unknown. Genesis 12, 1-4. His willingness to trust God's plan paved the way for blessings beyond measure. The same is true for you. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for the monumental love journey God has designed for you. So, chosen one, the question is not whether you're ready to embark on this journey. The question is, are you willing to lighten your load and trust that God will guide your steps? When the time comes, and it's coming soon, you'll be glad you answered the cosmic call to travel light. Chapter 3. Entering the path of divine synchronicity. When your heart awakens and the burdens of your past are lifted, the extraordinary begins to reveal itself. Suddenly you notice synchronicities everywhere. These are not mere coincidences. They are divine signals, messages from God orchestrating your journey in ways beyond human understanding. Imagine them as glowing signs along a sacred path, whispering, "You're exactly where you're meant to be." Have you ever experienced one of these moments? An uncanny alignment that made you stop and wonder if God was speaking directly to you. For those stepping into a grand love journey, synchronicities often appear around relationships. Think of Abraham's servant who prayed for a sign to identify Isaac's future wife. He asked God for something specific, that the woman who offered water to both him and his camels would be the one. Genesis 24:12-27. And there she was, Rebekah, appearing in divine timing and fulfilling the exact conditions of his prayer. Just as Abraham's servant experienced this alignment, you too may find that God uses these synchronicities to affirm his hand in your relationships. Before this awakening, you might have noticed synchronicities occasionally, a repeating number sequence, an unexplainable pull toward a place or person. But as you step into alignment with God's love, these synchronicities multiply, becoming vivid and unmistakable. You might think of someone you haven't seen in years, only to receive a call or message from them within hours. Or you could stumble upon scripture, a book, or a documentary that perfectly addresses the questions lingering in your heart. These moments are not random. They are God's gentle reminders that He is with you, guiding every step. This heightened resonance signifies that you are entering divine flow. Instead of struggling against life, you begin to co-create with God. Think of Ruth, who chose to stay with Naomi despite the hardships ahead. Her decision led her to Boaz, a divinely orchestrated connection that not only redeemed her life, but placed her in the lineage of Christ. Ruth 1:16-18. Like Ruth, when you trust the divine flow, seemingly mundane decisions, choosing to go somewhere, speaking to someone, can lead to life-changing outcomes. Have you ever felt this pull, as if God Himself were nudging you in a certain direction? For those seeking love, these synchronicities may manifest as unexpected meetings or re-encounters with someone in a brand new context. It might happen in the most ordinary moments, bumping into someone at the grocery store, being seated next to them on a flight, or meeting through a mutual friend. In these moments, you may feel an electric tingle, a clear sense that God is saying, "Pay attention, this is significant." Could this be His way of inviting you to explore the possibility of a deeper connection? Synchronicity, however, goes beyond external events. It often reflects the internal transformation taking place within you. As you grow in self-love and embrace the worth God sees in you, the patterns of your past begin to dissolve. Perhaps you no longer attract relationships that drain you or reflect your wounds. Instead, you find yourself surrounded by people who honor and uplift you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139:14. This internal alignment is the seed from which divine synchronicities grow, reshaping your external reality to reflect God's promises. Some individuals experience divine synchronicities through specific symbols or recurring themes that seem to appear repeatedly, as though they're part of a sacred code. Butterflies, hearts, or even particular words and phrases might start showing up in unexpected places. Think of these symbols as divine whispers, much like God calling Samuel in the night, 1 Samuel 3:4-10. They urge you to pause, reflect, and ask, what could this symbol mean for my journey? Could it be a reminder to stay open, to take action on something you've hesitated about, or to simply trust in the path unfolding before you? Sometimes these signs are gentle nudges, encouraging you to embrace curiosity and faith. Other times they serve as clear instructions. Send that message, make that call, or schedule that long overdue meeting. Recognizing these symbols as part of a universal, divinely inspired language can deepen your trust in God's guidance. But remember, as Jesus taught in the parable of the seed growing secretly, first the blade, then the ear, then the full grain in the ear. Mark 4:28. Timing matters, and trying to force synchronicities can disrupt their organic magic. Flow, by definition, cannot be manufactured. Instead, approach synchronicity with playful curiosity. If you're seeking love or clarity, take a moment to make a quiet wish in your heart for guidance or confirmation. Then release it, trusting that God hears every word, even the ones unspoken. Watch how the events of your day or week unfold. Start keeping a small journal or note-taking app to record these moments of alignment. Over time, patterns may emerge, revealing a dialogue between you and the divine. Like the Israelites gathering manna in the wilderness, Exodus 16:4-5, these daily signs remind you of God's provision and presence. Another key to living in divine synchronicity is receptivity. Many of us rush through life consumed by to-do lists, social media, and anxieties that cloud our awareness of God's gentle nudges. Our days can blur into routines, leaving little room for the extraordinary. Yet, the Bible reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. Creating moments of stillness, even 5 minutes of breathwork or silence, can sharpen your spiritual awareness and help you tune in to these cosmic cues. Those on the verge of a transformative love story often describe feeling more alive and attuned to small miracles. Everyday moments take on a radiant glow. A conversation with a stranger in line at the coffee shop feels serendipitous, or a sudden impulse to take a different route home leads to a meaningful encounter. These small detours are often God's way of aligning you with His purpose. Remember how Jesus called His disciples in seemingly ordinary moments. Peter and Andrew were fishing when He said, "Follow me." Matthew 4:18-19. What might happen if you allowed God's whispers to redirect your path, even slightly? Bear in mind, however, that synchronicities are not a guarantee of perpetual bliss or an absence of challenges. They are guideposts, not shortcuts. They reveal opportunities, illuminate potential, and often accelerate your growth. But the journey still requires effort. Relationships, especially those born out of divine alignment, demand vulnerability, communication, and courage. Think of Ruth and Boaz's story. It wasn't just divine timing, but Ruth's faith and boldness in approaching Boaz that solidified their union. Ruth 3:1-11. The deeper the synchronicity, the more it often calls you to grow beyond your comfort zone. Growth is never easy, but it's essential. Do not shy away from the challenges that come with it. The most transformative love journeys are built on a foundation of two people willing to evolve, individually and together. As iron sharpens iron, Proverbs 27:17, the work you do within a divinely aligned relationship refines not just your connection, but your soul. Let the signs guide you, but exercise discernment. Not every coincidence is a divine sign. Sometimes a random event is simply that, random. The key lies in your inner knowing. Pay attention to that gentle nudge, that flutter in your chest, or the sense of peace that accompanies certain moments. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts. Colossians 3:15. This peace is often God's confirmation, assuring you that you're stepping into alignment with His will. Honor these moments. Trust the process. These synchronicities are not just leading you toward romantic love. They're guiding you to a richer, more integrated experience of life itself, one where every step resonates with divine purpose. Are you ready to listen to these whispers, embrace the growth, and walk the sacred path of divine synchronicity? Chapter 4. Embracing the mirror of romantic partnership. The idea that relationships serve as mirrors is as exhilarating as it is humbling. Imagine standing before a reflective surface that reveals your hidden strengths, unspoken fears, and untapped vulnerabilities in a single sweep. This is precisely what happens when you enter a meaningful romantic connection, especially one that feels divinely orchestrated by the synchronicities that have guided you thus far. Have you ever wondered what parts of yourself a relationship might reveal? Both the beauty you've overlooked and the shadows you've avoided? On the surface, love may seem like a harmonious dance of attraction, companionship, and shared dreams. But spiritually, it is a crucible for transformation, a sacred space for emotional healing and awakening to your higher self. Consider the biblical verse, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." Proverbs 27:17. Romantic relationships, especially those rooted in divine alignment, challenge and refine us in ways no other connection can. What would it mean for you to see love not just as a source of joy, but as a divine tool for growth and refinement? When two awakened hearts collide, the experience can be overwhelming, even dizzying. You may find yourself experiencing emotions you never knew existed, an intoxicating rush of gratitude for life, followed by an almost paralyzing fear of losing this newfound joy. Vulnerability becomes both your greatest gift and your greatest challenge. Old wounds, long buried and ignored, may resurface, triggered by the intimacy and trust required to sustain such a connection. But here lies the beauty of the mirror. Even the most painful triggers are opportunities for growth. The relationship reflects back the parts of you that are calling out for healing, acceptance, or integration. This is not to say your partner is responsible for fixing you, nor are you responsible for fixing them. Instead, the relationship becomes a sacred arena where both individuals can pursue their individual healing while supporting one another in the process. This echoes Paul's teaching in Ephesians 4:2. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Sometimes the reflection your partner offers may feel harsh or uncomfortable. They might reveal habits you didn't realize you had, like shutting down emotionally under stress or deflecting compliments because you struggle with self-worth. At first, this can feel like criticism, but in a relationship built on mutual respect and conscious love, these moments are invitations to grow. Can you imagine seeing your flaws not as defects, but as unhealed parts of your story that God is calling you to bring into the light? On the other hand, a soul-level partnership doesn't just mirror your wounds, it reflects your beauty too. Your partner becomes a living testament to the gifts God has placed within you, the compassion, courage, and creativity you may have overlooked in yourself. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. 1 Corinthians 13:4. When your partner admires your perseverance, your kindness, or your ability to inspire others, it can feel startling at first, especially if you've spent years doubting your worth. Accepting these affirmations with grace is an act of courage and humility. Many of us have been so conditioned to self-criticism that receiving genuine admiration feels uncomfortable or undeserved. But embracing these positive reflections can be just as transformative as confronting your shadows. When you learn to see yourself through the eyes of someone who loves you deeply, you begin to understand the truth of Psalm 139:14. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Practical ways to harness the mirroring effect of romantic partnerships for growth include creating intentional spaces for open dialogue and reflection. Imagine setting aside dedicated time with your partner to explore not just your joys, but also the challenges. What might shift in your relationship if you treated each conversation as an opportunity to deepen understanding rather than avoid discomfort? By bringing these insights to the surface, you reduce the risk of resentment building up in unspoken corners. Pair these dialogues with moments of personal introspection, such as journaling after significant interactions. Write down what triggered you, how it made you feel, and what deeper root might be at play. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Psalm 139:23. Have you ever wondered what emotions might reveal about the stories your soul is still carrying? By asking yourself reflective questions, you may uncover lessons that would otherwise go unnoticed, opening the door to healing and clarity. The mirror of romantic partnership isn't always easy to look into. Sometimes your partner will reveal insecurities or fears you didn't realize were still lingering. How often have you found yourself blaming others for emotions that stem from within? Shifting your perspective to see these moments as invitations for growth rather than as attacks can transform your relationship dynamic. Imagine approaching a disagreement with curiosity instead of defensiveness. Could it be that the very things you resist are the keys to your deeper healing? At a deeper level, patterns in your relationships often hold profound lessons. Have you noticed recurring themes? Partners who struggle with emotional availability, or situations where you felt stifled? Rather than dismissing these as bad luck, ask yourself, what is God trying to teach me through this pattern? Each repetition is an opportunity to break the cycle by addressing the root cause within yourself. Like the Israelites wandering in the desert for 40 years, Deuteronomy 8:2-3, these recurring experiences may be calling you to grow in ways you've yet to fully embrace. In soul-level connections, shared purpose often emerges. As your energies synchronize, you might feel drawn toward a joint mission, creative, spiritual, or humanitarian. What could happen if you and your partner channeled your combined energies into something that extends beyond personal fulfillment? Priscilla and Aquila, the New Testament couple who supported Paul's ministry, embody the power of partnership for a greater purpose. Acts 18:1-4, 24-26. Their shared devotion elevated not only their relationship, but also the lives of countless others. As you embrace the mirror your partner holds up, be prepared for a roller coaster of emotions, revelations, and breakthroughs. These moments may challenge your sense of self, but they also pave the way for profound growth. With every lesson learned, you shed layers of old identity and step more fully into who God created you to be. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. The relationship itself, forged in this crucible of mutual growth, becomes an unshakable bond, a reflection of divine love and partnership. Together you walk as companions, not just in romance, but in a journey of healing, transformation, and purpose. Chapter 5. Navigating Destiny and Free Will. Have you ever paused to wonder whether your love story is already written by divine hands or shaped by the daily choices you make? This question about the balance between destiny and free will is central to any profound connection. It's not a matter of one or the other, it is both. Destiny sets the stage, but free will determines how the story unfolds, creating a dynamic interplay that makes your journey unique. Destiny often feels like a magnetic force, drawing you towards someone with a pull that defies logic. Could it be that those unexplainable encounters and synchronicities are God's way of nudging you toward the path He has prepared? For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Reflect on moments in your life when everything seemed to align perfectly. Maybe you took a job you weren't thrilled about, only to meet someone who changed the course of your life. Or perhaps you attended an event on a whim and met someone who felt like they were meant to be in your life. At the same time, are you fully attuned to the signals destiny provides? Or are fear and old habits causing you to miss them? Destiny is not a rigid script. It's more like a potential waiting to be activated. The Israelites, for instance, were led by God toward the Promised Land, but many opportunities to trust Him were lost due to fear and disobedience. Numbers 14:22-23. Just as they needed faith to step into God's promises, you must also recognize and act on the opportunities that come your way. What might you be overlooking in your life right now that could be part of God's greater plan for you? Free will enters the picture as the deciding force that transforms destiny into reality. Have you ever hesitated at a pivotal moment, wondering what could have happened if you'd taken that leap of faith? Free will manifests in the courage to take risks, to act on a spark of connection, and to stay vulnerable even when it feels uncomfortable. Imagine two people meeting under perfect circumstances, but letting fear hold them back. If neither speaks, their connection fades into the realm of what could have been. Free will is also what sustains love once it begins. Ruth's choice to stay with Naomi, even when the easier path was to leave, is a testament to the power of consistent, intentional decisions. Her loyalty not only led her to Boaz, but also placed her in the lineage of Christ. Ruth 1:16-18. What might your own relationships look like if you approach them with that same level of faith and intentionality every day? Love isn't built in one grand moment. It is forged through daily acts of commitment, communication, and trust. While destiny feels magical, it is not a shortcut. Are you actively preparing your heart to receive the opportunities destiny brings? Think of the 10 virgins in Matthew 25:1-13. Only those who kept their lamps ready were able to enter the celebration when the bridegroom arrived. Destiny may open the door, but free will determines whether you are prepared to walk through it. How are you readying yourself to embrace the love story God is writing for you? On the flip side, have you ever found yourself holding tightly to a connection that wasn't truly aligned? Perhaps out of loneliness, fear, or a longing to fill a void, you've ignored red flags, overlooked critical differences, or dismissed divine signals warning you that the relationship might not be the right fit. This too is free will at work, but it's a choice that leads away from your highest good. Proverbs 14:12 reminds us, "There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death." While clinging to an ill-suited relationship might seem like self-preservation in the moment, it can hinder you from stepping into the abundance God has planned for you. How often do we settle for less because we fear the unknown? It's easy to confuse persistence with alignment, especially in relationships that once felt destined. You may find yourself thinking, if the connection is fated, why does it feel so difficult? Shouldn't it just work? This belief that destiny alone guarantees ease is a trap. Even the most divinely orchestrated relationships require nurturing, communication, and intentional effort to thrive. Consider the parable of the wise and foolish builders. Matthew 7:24-27. A house built on sand cannot withstand the storm, no matter how beautifully it is designed. In the same way, a relationship, no matter how destined, cannot sustain itself without a solid foundation. Are you actively building this foundation, or are you expecting the relationship to thrive without effort? The beauty of a destined relationship lies in its potential for growth and transformation. These connections often act as fertile soil, allowing you to plant seeds of healing and break free from patterns that no longer serve you. But even fertile soil requires tending. Have you noticed how certain relationships mirror your internal world, challenging you to become a stronger, more authentic version of yourself? This mirroring effect is no accident. It's God's way of refining you, much like gold is purified in fire. Zechariah 13:9. However, not all relationships are meant to last forever. Some are destined only for a season, to teach you valuable lessons before releasing you into the next chapter of your journey. Discerning the longevity of a relationship requires intuition, honesty, and prayerful reflection. Pay attention to the trajectory of the connection. Does it bring out the best in both of you? Do you feel a sense of peace and alignment when you're together? Or do you find yourself feeling drained, anxious, or disconnected more often than not? Romans 12:2 urges us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." How might you invite God into your discernment process to ensure that your choices align with His greater plan for you? Letting go of a relationship that has run its course can feel like a heartbreaking loss, but clinging to something past its expiration date often causes even greater pain. Have you ever felt trapped in a connection that no longer brings joy, growth, or peace, yet you held on out of fear of the unknown? Free will includes the courage to release what no longer serves your highest good. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." Letting go doesn't mean failure. It means honoring the lessons and memories while making space for new blessings to enter. Navigating the balance between destiny and free will requires deep listening. Listening to your intuition, your emotional body, and the cues from the universe helps you stay aligned with God's plan. Meditative practices, journaling, or even reflective walks can create the stillness needed to tune into this guidance. If thinking about the relationship consistently makes you feel expansive, energized, and aligned, it's a sign you're on the right path. But if it brings more contraction, confusion, or anxiety, it might be time to reevaluate whether you're forcing a connection that isn't yours to hold. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Ultimately, the purpose of destiny and free will is to shape your soul's evolution. Love, in all its forms, is a tool for that evolution, a sacred vehicle through which God refines you, challenges you, and illuminates your path. Whether your journey leads to a brief but transformative connection, a lifelong partnership, or a period of singleness, each experience is an essential thread in the tapestry of your life. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. Could it be that your current season, no matter how uncertain or challenging, is preparing you for something extraordinary? Embrace the duality of your role as both the architect and the explorer of your journey. You are a co-creator with God, shaping your destiny with each decision you make, while following the divine blueprint He has prepared for you. You are both a teacher and a student, learning from each twist and turn while passing on the wisdom you've gained. Every choice sculpts your destiny, and every destined moment invites your free will to act. In the end, have you ever wondered how many doors destiny has opened for you, only to realize that it's your free will that decides whether you step through them? This intersection between destiny and choice is what weaves the intricate tapestry of your love life. A tapestry far more vibrant and complex than any single thread could ever be. Each thread represents a moment of divine orchestration, a choice made or a lesson learned coming together to form a picture that reflects not only your love story, but your journey of growth and faith. Think about the moments where you felt the undeniable pull of destiny and paired it with the courage to act. Could you have arrived at those transformative points in your life if you had ignored that gentle nudge or hesitated to take the leap? Destiny may align the stars, but it is your choices, love-fueled, intentional, and faith-driven, that create the harmony where true connection can flourish. As Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Are you trusting in both God's plan and your ability to act within it? This harmony, the delicate dance between fate and free will, is the sweet spot where the greatest love stories are both born and sustained. It's here that you realize destiny and choice are not adversaries, but partners, working together to create something far greater than either could achieve alone. The beauty of this partnership lies in its constant evolution. While destiny provides the foundation, it is your free will that builds, nurtures, and sustains the structure of your relationships. Much like a symphony, each note contributes to the greater melody, but it is the conductor, your faith and choices, that ensures harmony. Ephesians 2:10 reminds us, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." As you navigate this intricate balance, remember that God's timing is perfect, but your participation is essential. Free will requires faith, courage, and the willingness to trust the process even when the path ahead is unclear. Together, destiny and free will weave the story of your life, blending moments of divine alignment with acts of love, vulnerability, and commitment. What steps can you take today to align your choices with the destiny God has prepared for you? Chapter 6. When doubt and fear knock at your door. Have you ever felt like just when everything starts falling into place, doubt and fear appear, uninvited and relentless? These emotions often creep in quietly, whispering questions that shake your confidence. What if this isn't real? What if I mess it all up? Who am I to deserve this kind of love? Even in the most aligned and magical love stories, these voices can find their way into your heart. Recognizing them for what they are, shadows of past wounds, limiting beliefs and insecurities, is the first step to regaining your power. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Could it be that these doubts are not truths, but opportunities to confront and heal the parts of yourself that still need reassurance? When doubt and fear knock at your door, they're testing you, not to defeat you, but to strengthen your resolve, your self-worth, and your commitment to evolve. If you've experienced heartbreak before, it's natural to fear repeating history. Pain leaves an imprint. It becomes a survival mechanism, urging you to protect yourself from further harm. But these protective instincts can become a double-edged sword. The walls you build to keep heartbreak out also block love from fully entering. Have you noticed how often the barriers meant to shield your heart end up isolating it instead? Becoming aware of these walls is crucial. Awareness helps you recognize when you're emotionally withdrawing or unconsciously pushing others away. This is the first defense against fear-driven self-sabotage. In moments of doubt, it's essential to reconnect with the reasons you embarked on this journey of love. What inspired you to seek a deeper connection? Think about the times when you felt a spark of divine alignment, a transcendent moment that reminded you love is more than chemistry or convenience. Maybe it was an unexpected synchronicity or a deep conversation that felt like it was meant to be. Write these memories down in a journal, on your phone, or somewhere easily accessible. Revisit them during moments of fear to anchor yourself in truth. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. Colossians 3:2. Opening up to your partner about these fears can also be transformative, assuming your relationship has the trust to handle vulnerability. How often do we stay silent about our insecurities, fearing they'll be perceived as weakness? In reality, sharing your struggles can deepen your connection. Vulnerability, when approached with a spirit of honesty and growth, invites your partner into the process of healing and understanding. Imagine saying, "I feel scared because I've been hurt before, but I want us to work through this together." This type of conversation can turn fear into a bridge that brings you closer. Yet, not all doubt is baseless. Sometimes fear arises not from old wounds, but from genuine misalignment in the relationship. Have you ever felt persistent anxiety around a partner, not because of past trauma, but because of current behaviors that feel unsafe or invalidating? Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. Pay attention to recurring patterns, disrespect, dishonesty, or emotional unavailability that leave you questioning your safety in the relationship. These are not fears to dismiss, but signals to explore. Trust yourself to discern the difference between past wounds rearing their heads and present misalignment that requires action. Could it be that fear, in this case, is inviting you to protect your well-being? Self-sabotaging thoughts about personal worth often accompany these doubts. Questions like, "Am I enough? Will I ever be truly loved?" can feel like an endless loop in your mind. To combat this, consider reprogramming your internal dialogue. Affirmations, while seemingly simple, are powerful tools for rewriting your beliefs. Daily reminders such as, "I am worthy of a love that nourishes and uplifts me," or "I trust myself to give and receive love freely," can shift long-held narratives of unworthiness. Pair these affirmations with actions that affirm your value, practicing self-care, engaging in activities that bring you joy, and surrounding yourself with people who celebrate your growth. For a deeper emotional release, try a symbolic ritual to let go of fear. Write down every worry, insecurity, and negative belief that weighs on your heart. Let the paper hold these burdens, then safely burn it, shred it, or bury it in the earth. As you do, visualize these fears dissolving and releasing their grip on you. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. What might it feel like to let go of the fears that no longer serve you and replace them with hope and trust? Doubt and fear often peak right before significant breakthroughs. Have you noticed how the greatest challenges arise just before a moment of transformation? These emotions might signify that you're on the verge of something new, a deeper commitment, a revelation, or an opportunity to heal an old wound. Rather than running from these feelings, lean into them with curiosity. Ask yourself, what is this fear teaching me? How is it inviting me to grow? This reframing transforms emotional obstacles into stepping stones for greater understanding and strength. Above all, remember that doubt and fear do not diminish the love you are building. They are part of the human experience, reminders of your vulnerability and your courage. Even the most confident individuals encounter these emotions. The difference lies in their response. They don't let fear dictate their actions. Instead, they use it as fuel for growth and clarity. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. 1 John 4:18. Each time you confront your doubts with grace and resilience, you prove that your heart is stronger than your past and bolder than your fears. Your love story isn't defined by the absence of doubt or fear, but by how you choose to navigate these moments. Every time you lean into vulnerability, trust the process, and act with faith, you rewrite the narrative. You are proving to yourself and the world that love, when built with intention, trust, and divine guidance, is bigger than any shadow of doubt. Are you ready to welcome these moments of uncertainty as opportunities for growth, knowing they are preparing you for a love greater than you can imagine? Chapter 7. The Grand Unfolding. Stepping into your future. You stand at the threshold of a vast and transformative horizon, ready to step into a future shaped by love, growth, and divine alignment. After awakening your heart, following synchronicities, navigating the dance of destiny and free will, and confronting doubt, you are no longer the person you once were. The path you've walked has prepared you not just for a relationship, but for a life attuned to the frequency of love. Have you paused to marvel at how far you've come and what lies ahead when you approach the world with a heart fully open? This journey isn't solely about finding the one. It's about allowing love to permeate every corner of your life, your friendships, your passions, your purpose. Imagine yourself a year, 5 years, or even decades from now, having embraced this path wholeheartedly. What does your life look like? Perhaps you're in a deeply committed relationship, or maybe you've formed soul-level connections that transcend traditional definitions of partnership. There's no universal template. Each path is unique. Even the smallest moments, an everyday chore, a fleeting glance, a shared laugh, become breakthroughs when you filter them through the lens of love. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. 1 Peter 4:8. Could it be that the love you cultivate now will ripple outward, transforming every moment into an act of grace and compassion? Yet stepping into this grand unfolding requires action. Love isn't passive. It is a living, breathing force that calls you to grow beyond your comfort zones. It might urge you to take risks, moving to a new city, starting a collaborative project, or exploring the unknown together. It pushes you to dream bigger, to believe in possibilities you once deemed impossible. But true growth also demands humility. Are you willing to learn new skills, face uncomfortable truths, or seek guidance when needed? Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will lift you up. James 4:10. Maintaining curiosity about yourself and your partner ensures that love remains dynamic and alive. It's important to understand that reaching a milestone, finding a partner, getting married, or hitting a relationship goal is not the end of the journey. Love is infinite, spiraling ever deeper and continually beckoning you to explore its boundless layers. Over time, you'll begin to see your connection as a microcosm of what the world needs most: compassion, harmony, and awe for life itself. Have you considered how your relationship could serve as a beacon, reflecting God's love and inspiring others to embrace compassion and unity? Nurturing your individual paths is just as important as growing together. A grand love story flourishes when two whole, vibrant people bring their authentic selves to the table. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17. By pursuing your unique callings, exploring your passions, and growing in your relationship with God, you create a foundation that supports not only your partnership, but also your contribution to the world. Could it be that the love you nurture within your relationship is preparing you for a greater mission, one that extends far beyond yourselves? Imagine how your future might unfold if you continue showing up wholeheartedly, investing in love, faith, and growth. Picture yourself walking through life hand in hand with someone who mirrors your highest potential while challenging you to rise even higher. Or perhaps you envision a life enriched by deep, meaningful connections with a community that uplifts and inspires you. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds. Hebrews 10:24. Expansion requires intentionality. Stay curious about life and each other. Embrace the idea that who you are today will continue to shift and evolve. Take time to celebrate milestones, both big and small, while staying grounded in the knowledge that love is not a destination, but a journey. Let each day bring new opportunities to deepen your connection to yourself, your partner, and the divine. And when challenges arise, as they inevitably will, remember that love's grand unfolding is not about perfection. It's about resilience, faith, and a willingness to keep moving forward together. Each disagreement, misunderstanding, or difficult season is an opportunity to choose love again. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. 1 Corinthians 13:7. Could the moments that test your love be the very moments that strengthen its foundation? As you step into this unfolding future, know that you are supported by a divine plan far greater than you can imagine. Each twist and turn, each joy and challenge is part of a greater tapestry woven by God's hand. Walk boldly, knowing that you're equipped to create a life that reflects the highest vibration of love. Are you ready to embrace this journey, trusting that the best is yet to come? In essence, pack your bags because your biggest love journey is about to begin is more than just a catchy phrase. It's a heartfelt invitation to transform your life through awakened love. Your heart is the compass, guiding you toward your highest truth, and your will is the engine, propelling you forward with every courageous step. Whether this journey leads to a lifelong partnership, soul-deep connections, or a profound love for yourself, you are the hero of this unfolding story. Step forward boldly. The universe has already set everything in motion, aligning the people, opportunities, and lessons meant to guide you. Now, all that remains is your brave yes, a commitment to growth, intimacy, and the exhilarating possibility of genuine love. With each step, you'll uncover not only the beauty of connection, but also the depths of your own soul. This journey awaits you, and my hope is that it exceeds your wildest dreams and fulfills every whispered hope. Thank you for taking the time to explore this journey with me. Your energy and openness are deeply appreciated, and it has been a joy to walk alongside you in these reflections. I hope this has sparked inspiration and clarity within you, encouraging you to embrace the love that is already waiting in your life. You have the power to transform your story and create something extraordinary. If this message has resonated with you, I invite you to share it. Please like, comment with your thoughts or experiences, and share it with someone who might need encouragement on their own path. Together we can create a ripple effect of love and growth that touches hearts everywhere. As you move forward, may you be blessed with clarity in times of uncertainty, courage in moments of hesitation, and joy in every breakthrough. May your path be filled with divine guidance, deep connections, and an abundance of love that transforms not just your life but the world around you. You are more than capable, more than deserving, and more than ready to step into the life your heart has been calling you toward. Go boldly into your future, knowing that you are supported and loved. The best is yet to come.